So, let's go ahead and get started. Hello Time Power, hello Altair. Just playing some Cyberpunk 2077 and got the notice. Well, hope you're having fun with that. I've been playing mostly old games. I guess Age of Calamity is new, but mostly old games for the most part. Okay. What was I doing last time? I think I have a quest still. Oh yeah, I have 3. So what are we looking for? Kowloon level 4, Wano digital shift, and Shinjuku digital shift. I think I did want to do these first, just to kind of ease into this session today. So let's do that. We'll just go in this order here. So, Shinjuku, Wano, and Kowloon 4. Okay. Any of my Digimon perks? Not really. They doing alright. They doing alright. They doing fine. Yeah, we'll also check that out and see what's going on there. Once we're done with these quests anyway. I did accept the quest, right? I don't even know if I accepted the request. I didn't. Damn it. I just looked at it, I was like, oh hey, that looks cool, let's do that, without actually formally accepting it. Geez, and I wanted to get going, I wanted to get started before 7 o'clock, which technically I am, but still, I have to just get rid of all that extra time I was giving myself. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is having a good weekend so far. I've actually had a pretty nice weekend so far. You know, I didn't wake up too late this morning, got my workout done and everything of that nature. Even managed to get all my Animal Crossing dailies done. Got to play some Kirby Clash with some of my friends, and then also got to play some Among Us with some other of my friends. So, just a nice day of spending time with friends. And who could ask for anything more, really? I do feel like I'm finally getting better at playing Imposter on Among Us, though. I actually had a game earlier today where I managed to actually get the blame pushed on someone else for a kill that I made, which is always pretty nice when that happens. Okay. Nah, I think he's definitely evil. I think he's evil. He kind of helped us out last session, but like he was doing it for his own gains, so I don't trust him. He's definitely he's definitely ready to slash our backs when we're least expecting it. I'm not convinced, anyway. I suppose something could still happen. I'm not gonna say that there is no possibility whatsoever. I don't trust him, though. That wasn't obvious. No, I haven't gotten any megas yet. I thought I was supposed to, but I found out that the items that you can give Digimon to make them like a little stronger, like the equip items, they don't actually put your stats at that amount. It still goes by your base stats. So as a result, we still have a bit to go. It is possible we could get Rapidmon's evolution today, but it's too hard to say. I'm gonna keep trying though. We're gonna keep trying. I should just told them I should have done the auto battle. Thank you for asking that though, because I did want to make sure I checked that again, just to kind of gauge the current stats and what they look like. I know it probably seems a little weird that we don't have one yet, but I think the reason why is I feel like they made it so in this game you could still like beat the game with just ultimates. Because Megas are just supposed to be like really, really super powerful. But I mean, if you have a well-trained ultimate, like they can still beat a Mega no problem. But because Megas are so much stronger, they really want you to work for them. Damage just seems so unnecessary. We're not like getting any sort of like experience for that either. I will say, I do like some of the lost property missions we have been getting, because I feel like they've been better than, like, go back to Kowloon. Which one of them is go back to Kowloon? Fighting ball. Yeah. I only had a few of them, and again, they won't be as bad as the one where you have to go through the damn tunnel, so. That and there's only like one Kowloon one. So, I figure this one wouldn't take too long to get done. So yeah, like, according to this, like, I need to get Rapidmon's defense up to 130 before he'll evolve. And, you know, that means 12 more levels, basically. But that also assumes that he's gonna get those 12 levels, like every level up, which he may not. So that's why I can't really say for certain. See, there have been some level ups where I've gotten like only HP and that's it. There have been times where I've gotten 2 like extra stuff, so it's really don't know. I wanted to look at Oh yeah, I need to devolve Cherrymon. I forgot about that. Oh wait, no, he just got to max level. Never mind. I forgot that was a thing. So let's see. Cherrymon, do I want to make you a Woodmon? Probably. This is what I really want. I want Puppetmon. I'm pretty sure this is Puppetmon. Which, I mean, he got all the stats. It's just getting that ABI up, which I should have after I do this. What's this other one? All of these are 20 ABI, so... So I guess either this or this would be fine. I'd like to see Puppetmon, because Puppetmon's... When I first watched Digimon, he was just a... He was a villain that, like, I always remember from the first season. And it was, like, insane, like, how overpowered he seemed, because he, like, lasted the longest of the Dark Masters. Okay, so there we go. So when do we need to go this? 28s? 70 defense. He'll get the defense easily. But yeah, level 28 is basically what we need to take him to. But yeah, I wanted to look at this again. Obviously, you guys, I'm waiting for you guys to reach your maxes. Andromon will be next. Which I kind of want to put him away. Because I already have an electricity one going on here. What do I not have? I have everything, so he's just kind of a bonus one I have. But yeah, with Rapidmon back, I don't really need Andromon. So I think once Andromon gets to his max, I'll just switch someone else in. But, what the hell was I doing? Right, I wanted to look at more of these. Oh yeah, I need to devolve her, too. I'll wait for that, though. Wait, now I can get to... Oh, wait, that's... I don't want this one, though. I want this one. But yeah, I could get Tiger Vespamon. I just don't want Tiger Vespamon. I want this one. Because that's what he's supposed to become. Oh, hey, Rangra. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a good day at work. I know that work stresses you out sometimes, but still, wishing the best for you, buddy. So, 110, 30, 135. Which one is this again? SP. So he's at 94, not 114. So that'll still be at least 16 more levels. What's the other one? $135 int. That's still 24. It's gonna be like 81 before he's ready to evolve. Why are these so hard to get? I did want to go for Gallantmon, but I might end up going for this one, I think. So I need 1700. I don't know, like, how close I am to that, though. Plus, he's not level 55. I'll just wait till he gets level 55 before I check. I think we figured out Chromon would probably be the first one to... Yeah, he just needs to get to level 55, so he'll probably be the first Mega we get, then. Yeah, it's probably going to be Chromon to whatever he turns into. Maybe War Growlmon if the values work out for us, but I don't know. Lady Devamon, who the hell knows? 200, 250. Oh, I don't even have the right ABI for her. Maybe this one. Is her ABI right now? 46? Yeah, it's gonna take way too many level ups to get her there. She might be another one I'll switch out for something else, but I do want to see what that Mega form is. So 170 int. She still needs about 29 levels. Okay. Wrong game, Ultima, but I'm sure that those same arguments could be applied to this game, too, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay. How are these going? Okay, we still have a ways to go for these. How much meat do I have? Not quite enough. Leave the Digilab because reasons. Yeah, I do like that way how we have team season 3 tamer team for our 3 Digis right now. Feels pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna count those. I just mean like the 3 main tamers, honestly. That's true, I did have Lotmon for a while. Also, Krim, I have a bone to pick with you. After you so nicely gave me your spot in Among Us, I managed to get back-to-back imposter with Notch both times. So that was fun. Immediately just jumping into the imposter role, which I'm not fond of. Oh, you know? Okay. I'm sorry if I just stated the obvious, then. We almost got, like, I think we almost got both of those games, though. That's the funny thing. We were in a position where we could have won both games. It just... timing didn't work out for it. It does, it does. I've only won one imposter game, and it was because I think I was with Erin, and she is like ridiculously good at imposter. Cause like she acts the same way in like every single game, whether she's imposter or crewmate. So you can never know with her. You didn't think Among Us would be a new kind of game. I disagree. I definitely enjoy it. It's not a game I want to play like all the time. It's just, you know, it's because it actually reminds me a lot of Town of Salem, which is a game I used to play a lot of with Ilu Weaver like a couple of years back. She and I got like really into that game, and we played like we had basically a session like every week. But I wasn't. That was like before I started streaming regularly, so you know, I didn't really get to do a lot of streams of that. But it has the same kind of vibe to it. I think I like Town of Salem better just because it has like more roles and different like things you can do throughout the game. I also don't like I don't like playing Among Us with those who are like who play like mind games. Or maybe not so much mind games, but like I don't know, who take it way too seriously and just kind of suck out all the fun of it. Metagaming is what I'm thinking. That's what I mean. Like, I don't like playing with metagamers because it's just takes the fun out of it. It's hard to just have fun with the game in that way for me. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think you were there in one of those sessions, Blaylock. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I wouldn't be like. Honestly, maybe it's something I should look into playing again at some point. Oh, that's true, and Telemon is on my team. Forgot about that. He's kind of a reserve, though. She is a Season 3 Digimon, so I can't take that away from her. Also, hey, Zach. It's not going to be able to Digivolve when it reaches its max level because its ABI is likely not going to be good enough. The reason why I even have them like still fully Digivolved, and I guess I don't really need to now. I'm kind of waiting until I get my first Mega before I kind of fix that a little bit. The reason why is I want to have like a really high ultimate before I get my first Megas, because that way they can like, you know, help me kill things faster at the very least. Okay, I don't see the precious. Did I forget to talk to the guy? I would not be surprised. Yeah, I already knew. I mean, keep in mind, you can get multiple Digivolutions in this game, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the movie. Okay, no, I did talk to him. Maybe it was on the first floor and I just didn't see it. You know, there are days where I could be like, you know what? I don't need to drink anything ever again. I'm fine with just water. But then I have a glass of milk, and I'm like, you know what? Forget I said that. I love milk. Jump. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, is maybe it's here in Connect jumping territory. I forget the pathway of this, though. I think it's this. Yeah, I love milk. And I know, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, because whenever I tell people this, they're like, oh, really? But, like, I actually love skim milk. Whenever I say that, people are like, it's just watered down milk. And I'm like, I don't taste that. Like, I don't taste it that way at all. To me, it like feels almost like less kind of filling than milk, so you can have a little more of it without feeling bloated. Siakomon. I feel like I've raised a bunch of those. Okay, good. I figured you were just joking, but. Why you gotta hate? Why you gotta hate? I think Lady Devimon got a move there, but... Okay, Skull Greymon, I found your property. Don't kill anything, will you? Slim Milk? See, now you're thinking along the lines I can approve of. I still remember for like one of the Link to the Past randomizer main tournaments, like, cause I'm one of the mods for those tournaments. They were talking about how I should just, like, randomly join a tournament called Slim Milk Bee. Because, like, I love milk so much. Or Skim Milk Bee or something like that. One of those two names. But I can't play that competitively anymore because I suck. I don't suck. I just, again, I don't just play it as much as I used to. There's a Siakomon. Is that the Siakomon? That is the Siakomon. Anyone else max level? I've gotten like all of these several times. And I can't get a Kakamon because CAM is too low. Let me do this, so I can just look at those particulars. So I've gotten all of these before. I feel like I have another Geckomon, though. Seedramon. I know I have a Seedramon somewhere. Do I really not have a Seedramon somewhere? I don't have a Seedramon somewhere. I have a Mega Seedramon. I guess I'll make it Seedramon then. What about Shelnumon? Okay, well there's a couple of ones I can get with Shelnumon, I guess. I'm curious about what that one is. Alright, well, we'll go with Seedramon. Yeah, some of like the really cool ones do require a lot of ABI. That's just normal, it seems like. Okay, so we're done with that. Oh yeah, I imagine. I think you can definitely get a good system going, getting ABI. You just kind of have to work with it a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of what I was saying earlier in the stream, is I feel like the Mega Digimon, like, I feel like they're there just to break the rest of the game. Because I feel like the Ultimate Digimon, you can get through just fine with Ultimates. That's what it feels like, anyway. But I definitely want to try to at least get a Mega, though, because it's a Mega form, come on. Okay, so now we need to go to Kowloon. After that, we can start working on the main story quests. Yeah, I do feel like that once I play through this game, like, completely, like, if I were to ever do another playthrough and be able to figure out a system, that would be better. Because I probably would have done more Digivolution and De-Digivolution earlier on if I knew about how that system worked. Also, yeah, we have Kowloon level 5 open. We actually even explored that earlier. Like last stream. We don't talk about Ultras. Also, I feel like Ultras are... that word just doesn't seem like it'd be higher than Mega. I don't know. Doesn't he have an ultimate already? Like... yeah, if you're gonna go for a form higher than Mega, I feel like Legend would be better. Where is the sparkly thing? Where is the sparkly thing? Sparkle, 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 sparkle. There. Literally, well, not the furthest away, I guess. Still pretty far. I remember playing the PS4 version to get some really awesome Digimon. You have to beat some obstacle bosses. I think you mean optional. And one of them was really hard. I'm glad that this version I'll have to face all those bosses to get to them. Okay, yeah, that's good. David Ramplay, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. How was my day? My day was alright. Got to do quite a bit of gaming with some friends today, which was nice. See, like, I don't even like going through Colon 4 anymore because you still only get, like, rookies and champions for the most part. I want to just go to places where you have ultimates. That's where it's at, just the ultimates. Also, I did get a message, okay, Cyclone Mon. Talk to me all the time, I guess. Weirdo. This kind of looks like Digimon a cross with Pokemon. I mean, they're both monster shows, so kind of easy to make that comparison slash proclamation. Well, I don't like that I'm already yawning, because that means when we start getting her text reading, I'm gonna be beat again. Get there. What happened? Gardramon! Ooh, that's gonna be a nice one. I'm curious to see what that'll turn into. Is he really the only electric I have in here? Wow. Ooh, we have a lot of choices here. I like. This is the one, right? Yeah. Okay, so we can change him to... Can't really tell what that is, but we have Andromon, which I don't need. Grappleomon, which I haven't gotten yet. Datamon, which I haven't gotten yet. And Middlemon, which I haven't gotten yet. I have enough vaccine electrics. I'm kind of curious on this one. I'm trying to remember which one this is. Don't tell me if you know. Datamon could also be interesting, but I think I'm going to go with this unknown. Oh. Catch Mamema. Okay. Never seen this before. Okay, so I'm guessing he will not be able to Digivolve. Oh, definitely not. Needs 20 ABI. He can also turn into Puppetmon. And that's King Mamemon, I'm pretty sure. Justamon. Okay, well. I'll need to lower him at some point. That one caught you off guard, too. I can see why. I can see why. What can he de-digivolve to? These three? It's funny, you can go to Platinum Sukamon. I might just put him back to Gargemon, though, honestly. So I'll need CAM to get this one. Also, this is just a neutral typing. We could also just pick a different evolution, because I wasn't super... I didn't know what this was. And honestly, I can go with some other ones. Okay, let's do that. We'll go back to... We can go back to Gargemon. See, I did raise his ABI a bit, so... So maybe I'll go to Datamon next time. We'll see where he can go. Also, this one caught you off guard because it's Catch Mamemon. Is that the you were going for? Can't believe you did that, Krum. You probably didn't. I don't know. That seems like that could have been innocent. Putting sunglasses on the one coin emote just seems weird to me. It's just not a emote that really lends itself to that effect at all. No, I know how to I know how to increase cam or CAM. I know how to do it. There's a couple of ways, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Right, I guess we'll start with the main quest now, see what we're going to do now. But yeah, CAM increases if you just do a battle with that Digimon in your party, like in the fight. And then there's also minor other ways you can increase it, but I feel like putting it in your party is the best way too. I'm just not doing that right now because I have too many Digimon in my party as it is, so that's why. Okay, I'm gonna save before I do this. This bulletin board is packed with people's grievances. I hear strange groans during the night. I saw a monster shadow inside Nakano. Bizarre things are happening more and more. What's going to happen to us? That detective agency's got to be behind this. I'll just pretend I didn't read that last part. What if you just picked up the paper and ate it? Hey, we've got another case to tackle. We've got another case to tackle. I love how I said we have another cast to tackle and then another case to tackle. I can't read. Okay, so someone's not happy with us. And I'm gonna assume it's... I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's Wolt. In this case, in the moment management, there are strange rumors in Broadway. Wait, Kyoko's the client. Hi. Hey there, May. You're early today. Of course, when we heard you had something intriguing to share at the club, how could we not rush on over? Calm down, you're a little overeager. Sorry, Detective, she's just a little worked up. That's May for you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I see all the same gang from our Shibuya experiment earlier as well. Color me surprised to see you all still part of the occult. Takes guts to stay around after what happened. That's alright, May. After that experiment, she really started devoting herself to running the club. She's practically on fire. Well, put her out. But all to you now that I know we're really strange mysteries like that lurking around the world. Just don't say I didn't warn you if you get caught up in something serious one of these days. Well, I'm doing the research precisely to prevent that from ever happening. You have to know what you're up against to survive. Everyone knows that. Tokyo has more than its fair share of occult phenomenon going on these days. Why not bother coming over to our neck of the woods? Skeleton pool, home of a pile of abandoned corpses that turn to bones overnight. Three-legged Matthew, who wanders around these parts in search of something. Then a way to look into the Katakata, who roams the floors of Nakano Broadway. After that, look for the Reaper elevator, which ascends from the basement to the 4th floor at 2 a.m. And last but certainly not least, see what you can find out about Master Tip-Tap and spirits. Ooh. Okay, so we're solving some mysteries. Oh no, control over data is slipping. That's not good. Okay, so we're looking for someone who has 3 legs. It's you! Figure out of 3 Matthew's backstories to get this. 30 years ago, there was this popular Anita doll whose clothes you could swap out. Matthew was another doll who was her ex-boyfriend. Originally, he was described as being her fiancé, but another male doll that showed up later, Lance, a diplomat, became popular. At some point, Lance and Anita got hitched, and Matthew was regulated to the ex-boyfriend position. Okay, so... Oh. I wasn't going outside, game! I was just searching around. It's that simple. After he lost Anita to Lance, Matthew went insane and attacked Lance, chopping his body up and sending the pieces to Anita. But things didn't go entirely according to plan when he tried to send the final piece to her, a single leg. Because as it turned out, Anita was putting Lance's body back together using forbidden dark magic. Jesus! What Matthew did in response was attach that final leg to his own body, obstinately in an effort to ensure Lance could never be revived. Ever since, he's apparently been walking around with much difficulty on his 3 legs, roaming about here and there. Forever searching for memories of the good old days he and Anita once had. That's pretty dark. Just, I'll bring him back with dark magic. You said nothing in regards to the legend. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. Katakata is derived from the famous Tiki Tiki legend. Tiki Tiki is a person who lost her feet in a train accident. She can travel up to 150 kilometers per hour with just her arms, laughing as she pursues people. Katakata is therefore an altered form that Tiki Tiki came to adopt after many years. Supposedly come from the sound she makes when she moves with her arms. I don't know. You could try to help more. Nothing to report here either. There are plenty of good times to talk about love. On a date. At a wedding. If you happen to meet Katakata, she'll ask, "Need your legs?" And if you don't give her the right response, she'll run off with yours. What's the right response? It's, "I'm using them right now." She's surprisingly cooperative, it turns out. That's a pretty good reason to, like, a pretty good comeback. "I'm using them, sorry." Well, that could be it. Why is there anything happening tonight? We've got one more floor to go. Surely there's something I have to find on the 4th floor. Come on, let's head to the elevator. Oh, come to us, O Reaper elevator. Make thyself known before us. I just want to see the Grim Reaper at least once in my lifetime. Nothing here, no ghosts, no spirits, nothing. Does the good stuff ever happen on the first day you do this sort of work? Yeah. Wait, was that somebody's voice? What's going on? What are you kids doing in here? You could ask the same question. Why are you here so late? Wait, Missy, it's morning already. I always come in here to relax around this time. Oh, but it's not even 4 yet. Well, actually, that makes sense. My grandpa tends to get up really early, too. Oh, I get it now. That's why the Cat Cafe owner had this place unlocked, and so this guy can use it. Hey, Slim, what's wrong? Huh? Wait, am I seeing what I think I am? Is that a 3rd leg? No, it's a cane. What are you blathering about now, Cata? Those dentures, are they making that chattering noise because they're misaligned? You also came from that elevator, which would make you the Reaper. Hey, who's you calling a Reaper? And that tapping sound must have come from... No, you mean to tell me this old guy is the one behind all the local urban legends here? You have got to be... kidding. Oh. May's mournful cries could be heard all throughout the building that night. So it looks like you guys came through and solved all the mysteries. I couldn't have asked for a better result than what you found out. What's so good about it? It was all just because that old guy takes up early morning walks. Perhaps, but as they say, truth is stranger than fiction. Get real here. Who could have seen any of this coming? Let me ask you something. While you were out running around solving mysteries, what were you picturing inside your head? Did you see things in pitch dark? Did you hear things in deafening silence? Personally, in my opinion, I'd say such strong human imaginations were the key to engage in supernatural research. I feel like I kind of get it, but don't at the same time. Those are just my own thoughts on the matter. Don't read too deeply into them. Hopefully, having reached the conclusion that you guys have, it's given you some things to think about individually. Now, as promised, I believe I have my files to hand off to you as your reward. Those won't be necessary. We'll solve those other mysteries ourselves through our own efforts. Our own efforts and our own boundless passion and imagination. Oh, that's a fantastic attitude to have. Wow, Kenji, that's actually kind of cool that you say that. Perhaps I was out of line, then if you insist that much, then I won't worry about it. Oh no, we'll still gladly take them off your hands, Detective. What are you saying, May? Have you been paying any attention to what's going on? So, do you mean to tell me that you're not even a little interested in what's inside those files? Really, Onaka? Well, maybe just a little. Hey, that's no fair. Man, here I was thinking I was acting cool for once, too. Ah, Kenji, you did great. Don't let this get to you down. Just try harder next time, hee. Well, I'm gonna take off now. Catch you two later. Looks like just two of us against Slim. Hee, I didn't expect him to run off with only one of my files. Either way, they can now report back to the other tenants that those issues have been taken care of peacefully, or hopefully that'll improve our standing a little bit. Those occult club kids are something, though. They're growing up so fast. Maybe one of these days they'll start to be friendly rival of yours. That could be fun, right? What makes me drag my old bones out here every morning, I wonder? This place feels real nostalgic to me for some reason, but I can't pinpoint the reason why. What the? Pete. Miko. No, his name is Pete, not Miko. Interesting. Seems to be more stuff going on. Yeah, Ice Devimon, I want to get to know you too. evil Digimon. Okay. What if Pete's the big bad guy this whole time? Maybe since he's here, maybe he was the one that wrote the bad stuff on the bulletin board. I think I have some medals. I really hope it's not doing this stupid... Hey, guess what floor you... or guess where you need to go for the progression. I hate when the game does that. I really do. The problem is if I go here, like Ray is just going to be like, oh, you should go back to your work. Where the hell is Pete? Okay, it says he's left. He hasn't. She doubts he's left this area, so he's still in this area somewhere. And again, they showed like a quick cutscene at the coffee shop again at the very end of that last section. Maybe I should have talked to all the NPCs in there, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hate when they don't tell me what to do. Like, they give the vaguest hints and I walk around and I don't see any exclamation mark or anything. Oh. I guess I didn't go down this hallway. Hey Pete, what's up? Oh, it's you, huh? Do you know what I am? Because I don't. I don't feel anything at all. Not a thing. What happened? What? Pete just disappeared in front of you? Just come back here for now. A new case just came in that's cause for concern. Could be related to what you just witnessed. Could have just warped me there. I've been looking for so long. My Miko, my poor cat. Please find Miko. Ooh, memory up. This case came in from Old Man Misahushima. You might remember him as the one behind those 4 urban legends you recently investigated with the occult. It well and truly is a small world out there, even when it feels bigger than ever in some ways. Anyway, he's tasked us with tracking down his cat. Frankly, during times like this, there's something to be said for a down-to-earth gig like this one. Mitsuhimo said she'd be waiting for you at K Cafe, although he didn't actually state when. It wouldn't hurt to go on ahead and check things out at the cafe, so go on and do that. Oh, I know, he's going to appear at 2 a.m. just like he does in the frickin'... I don't know, hopefully that's not the case. Do this really quick. Not Eden. Eden's for losers. This is rank 4, so one more and that'll be fully ranked. Then maybe we'll get a 5th island. Jeez, I don't know. Hard to say anymore. Feels like it stopped. I wonder if it was an earthquake. No, it was a airquake. An earthquake? No, I didn't feel anything of the sort. Welcome. Grab a drink, have a seat, and stay as long as you like. So, Old Man Misashima's not in right now. Alright. You originally met him there early in the morning, right? Might as well come back around the same time and see if he shows up. It's almost like I suggested that. Why? Why take me downstairs if I was already up there? Some of these transitions are just terrible. Oh, it's you again. I've been waiting, you know. You stopped by yesterday afternoon but couldn't find me? You must have just had bad timing, kid. I've been waiting for here forever for you. What's done is done. Let's just let bygones be bygones and start searching now. My Miko, you see, he's inside this wall here. Are you at K Cafe right now? I'm picking up readings of really strong digital wave vibrations from the 4th floor. There's a really huge current coursing through there. My money's on that old time capsule being the cause of them. What's that, an earthquake? No, I can confirm it's definitely not. There's no movement here on the 1st floor. You're just sensing the intense digital wave. I don't want to know. It's better not knowing. Things are fine just as they are now. It's better if they don't change. Please stop. Don't wake me from all this. It's Miko. No, I'm Pete. Whatever you are, Miko, just come back to me. No, I can't. That's too much to ask of me. I'm not... Slim, please, leave me alone. Let things stay just the way they are. I'm sorry, Miko. I'm sorry. Did I finally get through to you again? The vibrations have stopped for now, but the digital waves are still intense as ever. There's something big brewing in there. As I suspected earlier, they're coming from that old vacuum tube computer inside the wall. Digital waves are just getting out of there from the old internet lines and that computer hooked up to. So much so that in fact they're forming a cybernetic ley line, a digital line of sorts. If this thing persists, it's only a matter of time before its effects are felt in the real world. Slim, I need you to go inside that vacuum tube computer and do what you can do to stop it. I'm counting on you. Okay. Please let me be. Don't wake me from this dream. What's going on with Pete? Only one way to find out. Let's attack him. I feel like I've been in this tube before. Maybe I haven't, though. I don't know. Hey, it's Duck Gato. Can almost digivolve him soon. Oh no. That or I just didn't get that before. Windguard DX. I hate that I chose the wrong path. Ugh. I'm gonna go back here really quick too, just to verify. Ooh, Monzemon. I think Monzemon's an ultimate. I think he's like a very weak ultimate, so it's not like he does like a whole bunch of damage. Where's Chromon? Chromon's 47, he still has a little bit to go. What's up? Sorry, Golemon. Clean up the farm, damn it. No, I think this is where I'm going. Ooh, a Brave point. I honestly should look into using some of those. Like, I mean, especially since I'm trying to get to the Mega level. That'll just give a couple of free levels to some Digimon, so shouldn't hesitate to use those as much. Finish my water. How you doing? I might need to actually like get an energy drink or something, because somehow I feel a lot tired, more tired than I should be. Oh, sweet, we got 2 friendship. I love getting 2 friendship. Attack! Jeez. That's a pretty strong buff, I think. Should be able to turn Woodmon back to Cherrymon though. Oh, okay. Got it. Why do you have to know who I really am? No response. It's fine, Pete. Damn it, Pete. Thought you were one of the good ones. Why is that path not showing up? What was the reason I wanted to go here for? Cherrymon, but I don't think he's quite ready to become Cherrymon again yet. So. Ooh, Garurumon. Garurumon. Hey, another one. And now we can potentially... Nakano Broadway Construction Part 1. Construction plans for Nakano Broadway, hereby Bruges and B, were announced in 1959, ultimately taking 7 years to complete. The reason for the lengthy duration was due to a major issue that routinely manifested throughout the process. During and leveling, underground water leaked, resulting in an immediate halt to any and all work within the area. A large lake formed, and the site was left alone for a long time. Mysteriously large fish appeared in nests, attracting fishermen. Records also indicate people bathed there in large numbers, and that a child at one point drowned in the lake. Today, something terrible happened. A strange Digimon appeared in the middle of my bed. It was so cold in there. Even when I tried calling for help, nobody even came for me. But there are 2 detectives who eventually showed up. Kyoko and Slim. Slim asked me who I was, but I said I didn't know. So Kyoko gave me a name. She decided to call me Pete because I'm some sort of time capsule. Yep, Pete, that's my name. It made me so happy to have one. Names are a really special thing to have. So we got... I guess we're learning about Pete here, I guess. Which I'm okay with that. I mean, Pete's helped us for quite a bit now, so... we get to learn a little more about him. Hopefully he's not like a devil or anything. Getting closer, Chromon. Getting closer. Could make him a Pumpkinmon. But nope, I want to keep going for Garrymon. Whew, okay, so once again, he does have ABI for both of these. I really want Puppetmon specifically. So he needs 130 in basically all of those stats. So it'll still probably take a bit. Where did he get so much speed? I know there's a reason for it. I'm just... Oh, I know why. Never mind. Forget I know why he does. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Attack, defense, defense. Attack, defense, and so... Yeah, it's gonna be a bit before he gets to where he needs to be. But still, he's ultimate again. He is actually... He was pretty helpful. Here I am, rocking like a hurricane. Rocking like a hurricane. Okay, I'll stop. I do like that part of the song. It's like, rocking like a hurricane! Okay, so let's go back out of here. I kind of want to see what's down here, but I don't want to miss anything. But that's just the risk I'll have to take. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably switch to a different team. Like, I mean, I'll have to once Calmon reaches the limit. We are getting pretty close to our first ultimate. Chromon just needs 6 more levels. Or our first Mega, sorry. He's met all of his stats. Everyone else needs stats, and that could be a while before that becomes something. If we keep making progress, though, we'll get to places with a lot of experience, so that can definitely help. Also, especially when we have fights with ultimates, that'll definitely help. Yeah, I remember, because I need like 17,000 or 1,700 HP with you, so you'll be 21 levels before you get your evolution. not liking that missing int that he got from that set. What's up? What's the food you give to Digimon and Digifarm to raise max HP? I'm gonna say power. No. I'm gonna say vigor mushroom. I'm probably wrong, but I do not care. No blueprints exist for MB. 1961 saw the Japanese government commence its income doubling plan in order to re-energize post-war economy. In tandem with the unemployment policies, public works projects flooded the country, with major construction companies allotted huge budgets. Around 1962, one such project, the main route for the Shuto Expressway, was completed ahead of schedule. It was about that point that attention turned back towards MB. Idle laborers and resources were funneled into the area from central Tokyo, at which point work on the building commenced in earnest. It's likely that there wasn't time to even think of preparing proper blueprints for MB at that stage. Yoshito really likes this girl named Fuyumi Yuki. He always sits me on his lap and tells me all about her. Everything is perfect about her, he says. Her singing, her dancing, her looks, everything. He says she is one in a million among idols. I can't do any of those things. I can't sing and I can't dance, but what I can do is curl up and fall asleep on Yoshito's lap. I love doing that. I also just love hearing Yoshito talk to me so happily. Okay, so that didn't give us any new info. Gave info that we don't really care about, I guess. Maybe we do care about it, but like it didn't say like it didn't give us like a key or anything. More so what I meant by that. Okay. And Rapidmon is now 9 levels away, assuming he gets defense every single one of those levels. That's the only thing. Okay, I'm gonna do this really quick. I'm gonna save before I jump down here. Where did this go? This goes... Oh, okay, this is something. Escape gates. And more data. No blueprints to draw upon, concrete was poured and rebar was erected, tailored to the land around the site. The construction was concluded 4 years later. The final building had 3 underground floors as well as 10 above ground. East Asia's greatest commercial building was therefore constructed on little more than sheer willpower. However, this came at a cost to some aspects of MP's integrity. The escalator, for instance, only connects to the first 3 floors. Most of the underground floors have gone unused in the ensuing years. Such quirks are a direct result of the circumstances surrounding the building's inception. Yoshito told me that he and his son have been to a World's Fair once. He said that the line to see the moon rocks was really long, so long that it made him tired, but he said his son still had a good time. Okay, give me a minute, Blues. People also call Yoshito Chief Mishizima. His full name is Yoshito Mishizima. Yoshito is a big important man in the computer room, so he doesn't get to go out with his son. He's glad they got to see the World's Fair. I wish I could have seen the World's Fair with Yoshito too, but he and I are always together in the computer room. So that's okay, I can tell. Okay, well I guess that was helpful. Okay, go to Platinum Sukamon in the field guide. just gonna go to him and, like... I'm guessing he's gonna be with the other Supermon. That's nuts. Oh, there he is. Can't select him or anything, but... I guess you can only select the ones that you had, which makes sense. And while I'm here, I'll go ahead and look at some of these, just for fun. So you hear ooh, okay. So it's kind of a stat builder thing, which is kind of cool. And you do get to see all the evolutions and stuff as well. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I actually had a chance to get one a little bit ago, Blizz, but I decided not to go for it because I wanted to not affect stats too much. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities. I think it was a Cherrymon D Digivolution, if I remember correctly. In this session, I de-Digivolved Cherrymon and Digivolved him back, since he didn't have enough ABI to level up. That's the one with... Oh! Right, right. Okay, yeah, you're right. Basically, to explain, Blizz, we discovered Catch Mamemon. We discovered that one. In most cases, large commercial buildings are run by their owners. BW is an exception to that rule. From the very start, shop and residential spaces alike were sold as piecemeal. People who bought their real estate inside the building were then free to utilize it however they pleased. Because of this, soon after MD opened shop, owners and residents started remodeling work on their respective stores and apartments. In the end, this meant that formal blueprints for MV were drafted until 8 years after the building was originally completed. Even in those early days, the building's layout had already become too unwieldy for anyone to fully grasp at that stage. Yoshito always has me sit in his lap, petting my head all nice and gently. I love Yoshito. Yoshito always calls me Miko. Miko is a girl's name, but Yoshito gave it to me, so I love it. Okay, so we're learning, yeah, more about Pete. Wait, did I... I don't know if I explored all... I think I did. I'll figure it out. I really have been enjoying this Tamers team, though. It's been pretty cool. Oh wow, he actually got extra HP that round. That's interesting. I know Andromon's gonna max out soon. Right, okay, I did count from that floor. Where does this go? Aha! Let's see. I want to say this is the only one I haven't looked at yet. That is not true. Basement of Broadway once housed a vacuum tube computer within its walls. It had been brought into the building after the end of World War II by war criminals who invaded arrest, shielded from the prying eyes of MacArthur's GHQ. The vacuum tube computer's purpose in these days remains a mystery. It is possible it could have been utilized for things such as mathematical computations or code breaking, but such speculation is unconfirmed. As time went on, there was eventually nobody left to carry on the original purpose set forth for the terminal. At that point, the computer was apparently buried inside of a wall somewhere. It's dark in here. All dark, I can't see a thing. I'm okay being in the dark, I'm not scared of it or anything, but it's never been this dark before. Yoshito's not here, I still don't even smell him. I can't go back outside. Yoshito, where are you? Yoshito, Yoshito. Please, let's sit me on your lap and pet my head again. Yoshito. Yoshi. Yoshi! Yoshi! A 2. Oh. Now you know. Now you know who I really am. So it begun. Though I have to say, this is a bit more than what I bargained for. If this keeps up, the building's going to collapse for sure. Who am I? Somebody, anybody, tell me. You're Miko. That's who you are. I think. It seemed like the right answer. I'm just gonna heal before, like, he turns into, like, Deathmon or whatever. You know how it is. You ever hit when you're just playing a game and they just randomly turn into Deathmon? Is it really 8:40? I have not been playing this for 2 hours. That does not seem right. That does not seem right at all. What was I checking? I was saving, that's what I was doing. Also, didn't I have a memory up that I can use? No, I think that's something else. Please, who am I? You are Miko. Yeah, that's right. My name is Miko. Yoshito is my friend. Pete is your friend. Yoshito's calling out for me. He's been looking for me this whole time. He found me. Yoshito. What if I answered, you're Pete? Phew, it looks like the tremors have stopped. Just in the nick of time, too. That's my assistant for you. You've done well. Now I don't have to worry about any broken coffee cups, hee hee. Oh, lucky you. Miko, it's really you. Yoshito, I'm so sorry. You've been waiting for me for so long. I'm the one who should be apologizing here, Miko. I'm the one who left you alone in this whole time. I'm so sorry, my friend. No, it's okay, really. You don't have to be sorry. I know you've been waiting for me since that day you had to go. Oh, Miko. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I'd never live to see Miko with my own eyes again. I should probably explain. You see, back when the vacuum tube computer room was still around, I lived here in the building away from my family. That computer room was where I used to work. The only family I ever had with me the whole time was Miko here. I talked with Miko about everything there. My memories of my family, Fuyumi Yuki, anything to help keep my loneliness at bay in there. He would join me in the computer room, and we spent many, many hours together over the years. Eventually, they closed down the room and sealed the whole thing off with a thick wall like it was never there to begin with. It was around that time that I lost Miko, too. I couldn't find him wherever I looked. I had a bad feeling about where he might have ended up, and came back here who knows how many times to rescue him. But in the end, I couldn't do anything for him. I gave up, and over time nearly forgot about him. Before I knew it, I had been decades since we had last been together. I can't thank you enough for making this happen. We could have been reunited without you, kid. Thank you so much. Now we can go back to living together again. Thank you, I'll never ever forget this day. Miko! Well, that was actually pretty nice. Compared to like all the dark stuff that's been going on, yeah, that is actually pretty nice. I see, nice work. I can only imagine how hard it was, but you really did a good job. So our Pete was actually a cat named Miko, sealed deep inside of a wall, along with that old vacuum tube computer from the American occupation days. And somehow, using the building's intranet, or rather the power of its ley line, he merged with the computer and became a Digimon. That old cat's had a hell of a life, wouldn't you agree, Slim? Hey, Ninja Taco. We can't say for sure what the actual assimilation process entailed, but at this point we know better than to doubt it happened. It's amazing just how much, and yet how little, the digital and real worlds are siphoned off from one another. I imagine the reason Pete showed up again after all those years is because of the digital wave and abnormalities we've seen. But you know, there's still one thing about the whole story that bugs me a little. You mentioned that towards the end, old man Mizushima said, now we can go back to living together again, right? What do you think he meant by that? Not only that, but in the case you solved earlier, where he was the one behind the urban legends, how did he keep breaking into the building? Let's assume for the sake of argument that he somehow had access to the entrance that let him come in and go at the time he did. If he'd physically been getting into the building so much that way he was being reported, you'd think something would have gone differently. Got any theories you'd like to propose? If we look into his backstory, we might be able to find our answers pretty easily. What do you say? Should we dig a little more? Don't go looking for us. Ah, that's understandable. Then it's probably best we do indeed let sleeping dogs... One of them's a cat, so you're wrong. But, you know how it is. Alternatively, we could let the Occult Club kids know about this. I bet they'd have a real field that... They asked to be left alone. I am curious as well, but, like... You're kind of pushing it a little bit. Okay, well, good. Not all mysteries need to be solved. Broadway brings many things together. The spirit world and the world, the normal and the surreal, and now physical and the digital. Truly nothing is impossible in this crazy hole in the wall we call home. Okay. I thought that was a 4-star, but it didn't really seem like it was a 4-star. Well, looks like it's just you and me again here. The couches look so empty without Pete around. We better get more clients to keep them warm. And we're doing a lot of client stuff now, which I don't hate necessarily. It's just interesting. That's where this is going. There are no cases. Again, you should point me in the direction of some... Okay, there we go. Hey. Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. I'll have a message for you. Come to Odaiba. Suedo said that the weekend Examon will be heading back there. It's your chance to defeat Examon. Help Suedo. Listen up, though. Come alone. Don't tell Kyoko or anyone else. Just you. See you later. I don't trust this at all. I don't trust him. I think he wants to eat Examon. Seriously, like, I have a theory that's what's gonna happen. I'm really feeling that right now. Wow, they're just about to finish all of this. Well, I'll wait till they're done before I do this. And before I leave immediately. Oh, Daiba! Hold on, before I go to a Daiba. Just in case we get dragged immediately into it. And of course, that's the, hey, all the training's done. See, this is the place that gives you a lot of experience, so... I do not have any mega level. I almost do, but I don't. Let's see, where is he? Chromon's 5 levels from being a mega. If I can get some good, like, multiple HP levels with more Groundmon, it should be, like, around 20 levels before him. And Cherrymon is a bit to go. Sure this is the one I think it is. Yep. Okay. Did I heal? I don't think I healed like I was planning to. I don't trust you. Ah, here you are. I've been waiting. I'll take care of that big thing first. It'd be messy if your buds started showing up. Yes, Suedo told me all about it. You softened up Examon, right? Way to go, Cyber Sleuth, yeah? Okay, this one? This is the one you're worried about? It's pretty convenient being able to devour anything. Eaters, Digimon, even human beings, really. I just want to eat and eat and eat, and I can't stop. Can't help it. It's like I'm always starving. The more I eat, the more power I gain, but at the same time, I'm able to feel less and less. The strange thing is that it's not as bad as I might have thought, for whatever that's worth. Does that repulse you? I suppose it would have to. Ha 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 ha. What's that? What's the point of getting this powerful? It's not like I want to do something terrible. There was something I'd forgotten to do for so long, and I finally remembered what it was. So I'm going to finish it. And to do that, I need power. More. It's because I remembered I have nowhere to hide, and all my escape routes are cut off. So I'm moving forward. No matter what happens, I won't try to run or hide anymore. But who cares about all that? You're right, let's just leave that for now. The real matter at hand is this huge thing. Okay, I'm going to start. Breathing is labored. Okay, that's a funny way to see it. Breathing is labored. Okay, so he's a data, so I'm gonna need viruses, but the problem is... Well, no, I have a couple of good viruses. I don't have to use Cherrymon. Inspect Chandler. Still didn't do very much, dude. That did a lot. Destruction cannon, I guess. I'm doing more damage than he is. Can we just squash a Rada, like, maybe? I only did like 100 something. I'm gonna see if Nightmare does a little more. It's magic, maybe. It did. Okay, well, I'm definitely doing that then. So his speed's up now. Any other magic attacks? I'm gonna focus mostly on magic attacks, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, this fight's going a lot better than the last time we fought this guy. I wonder why. Damn, I got a crit there. Oh, I missed. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna use full moon kick again because I think that did fine. Oh, I'm missing. Rage. I think he just made himself fat. Ambrose of Demise. Give himself some buffs, it looks like. Did I just get unlucky and miss twice or something? Yes. Well, no, because this... So I used this and it missed. Okay, I guess that. Dragon's glory. Damn, that hurts. We're getting there. What?
Oi,
Guess he just really wanted to bring out my other guys. I feel like I could still maybe get him in this turn. He doesn't have a lot of health left. I know this is risky. Maybe Arata will kill him. Nope. Ouch. That was rude. Damn it, seriously? Memory up DX. Dang. That did not give me a lot. I think it's because he was weakened. That's probably why. Got a lot of yen, though. That's something. Haha, this one's really too big for me. I'm never going to be able to eat it all. What's that? Something you want to say? I know what you want to say anyway. I mean, it's been on my mind too, the thought that Suedo could be using me. I'm sick and tired of thinking about that. The clever ones sort out the hard stuff. After all, I'm still just a kid. I haven't grown or changed a bit since 8 years ago, still just a boy. So I should act like one, right? Do what the wise adults tell me, be good. That way I get the power I want. It's simple give and take. That's what I'm talking about. I've disappointed you, haven't I? You've got along so well up until now. But look, I'm changing. I am no longer the person I once was. So he's not eating them? Kind of a little confused why he didn't... Well done. But to think you managed to take out a rampaging dragon even after it had been weakened. Ended up turning out just as I expected. I'm one smart cookie. Examon's activities may have halted, but Magnamon and the others are still monitoring it. There should be no cause for concern, but they're still keeping an eye on it just in case. This completes the bond between you and Digimon. Not only have you successfully courted the Royal Knights to our cause, you've gotten past their misplaced trust and their delusions. Be proud of who you are. Yes, what is it? You're concerned about Arata Sanada? Actually, I suppose given how you think, you find the prospect exciting. His skills don't rival those of the Royal Knights, but he's approaching that level abnormally quickly. Someday, those powers of his might make him. No, he is perhaps already a threat to us. But I shall leave him to you. Perhaps your unusual crouching lunge attack, surely that will be the best strategy to employ. What? Excuse me, hello Slim? I know where Miss Ray... No, I mean, I know where Crusadermon is. I got help from the Kamishiro engineers and analyzed all of Tokyo's digital waves. Traces of the method used to control the digital waves were found in the Akihabara digital ship. Following those traces back led us to picking up a signal that matches Crusadermon's. So please, come to Akihabara. I beg you, I'll be waiting there. Looks like we're about to reach the climax of this case. The only remaining Royal Knights who oppose us are Leopardmon and Crusadermon. Finding where one of them lurks is a big step. Make haste for Akihabara. So, Recollection, Chapter 17. That's a lot of chapters we got in this game. I don't hate it, honestly. Those bad Eden hackers are kind of scary. You're not afraid of them? I've got my own backup. Let's see. I don't have a lick of motivation. Okay. Well, I don't think we have anything... 2 new cases. Why do I kind of want to do these first? So, Akihabara. I need to remember that. Akihabara is where I need to go next. I think I kind of want to do these cases first, though. We're kind of, like, filling up this board here. I almost feel like... Just due to, like, the space that we have left. Because, I mean, these aren't disappearing. I wonder if we are actually getting pretty close. Again, don't tell me, blah, blah, blah. Red Vegemon. We need you to play with children. Okay. Wait, where? I think it said Broadway, floor 3. Yeah. I'm guessing because a new chapter started, never mind, we didn't heal. Digimon. Digimon. I'll try putting Talmon in the middle now. Talmon in the middle. Where is it, Mon? Yeah. Oh, he's in there. Well, there'll probably be a thing immediately. Wait, this is the same area that we came from for the last quest. Yes, I know how to get ABI up. Maybe not the most efficient way, but if there is an efficient way, I don't want to know it and would rather figure it out myself. Okay, well, some of the things respawn. Oh, you forgot how? Basically, there's a couple of ways. The most efficient way is just by leveling up Digimon and like digivolving them and de-digivolving them. Because that will kind of increase ABI. You won't get like a super increase or anything, but it's just something you have to just keep doing. ABI will increase as you digivolve or de-digivolve. So if you reach the max of one level, you might need to go back down to another level and just have them stay there for a little bit. What did I just hear? Something patch. Probably one of these patches. I did get a memory out of the X-Series, though. Cherrymon's still gaining stats. It's got a bit to go, though. About 41 levels. And again, I have other Digimon I can use, so. It's interesting how, the treasure chests in this one area respawned and now have, different items and stuff. Chromon, you're so close. You're so close to a final digital version. I actually did enter the right area. Now I'm actually wondering if maybe this area is just available now. But I don't know. I'll find out. Oh, there he is. Okay, I figured that was coming soon. Let me save before. Well, it might get thrown out of here if we. Let me check first. Yeah, another way you can kind of increase ABI is you can also increase it through the training at the farms. The only problem with that is that you're not going to be always guaranteed to get a good increase, or even an increase at all. Right here. Oh, sweet, Angel Woman. Doing alright, Julie. Got an escape gate. Yeah, that's just the way it is, though. That's the way this game works. I think it honestly works out, though, because I feel like for this game, in a way, you're kind of encouraged to raise multiple, so like, when you're needing to re-level certain Digimon, you'll have others that are strong that can kind of take their place until they're ready to get back in the party. That's kind of the thing I like, it's like, it's not just you using the same 3 party members the whole time, you need multiple. And yeah, it is definitely better than how it's handled in this world, too. Where it's, you know, a slower game, but you also have to, like, re-level multiple times, usually. Okay, I'm actually liking that. He got a plus 20 that time, which means, he's a little closer to where he needs to be. I'm getting kind of worried about Zudomon, actually, because, well, he didn't gain any SP that time, that's why. I think he only needs 12, and he's closer there than with his int, but still. That is true, Angela Anaconda did make a cameo in the first Digimon American movie. And it was pretty bad. Better than dying and retraining Digimon again, yeah. Oh yeah, because that's an aspect of World 1 as well. Which, I mean, I enjoyed both World 1 and World 2. Both games, both screenplays we did in those games were great. But, you know, they were definitely kind of dated in terms of how they handled their mechanics, but I know there's like a lot of very passionate members of those communities who love those games, and I can see why, because they definitely are pretty fun. It just takes a lot to optimize in those games. Okay, so Andromon. You can't become any of these. How could you? You could become this thing easily, but I'm gonna do this. I kinda wanted... You know what? I think I'm gonna make it Tankmon. For the memes. I feel like we almost have to now. I can't believe we've not gotten Tankmon in this playthrough yet. Yeah, we gotta go with Tankmon. Hypo Kettle. Cannon Beamon? What? I kinda like like some of the different options it can become, though, for sure. Let me do this. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually, because here's the thing. I already have an electricity. It's nice that I have a data electricity. That's kind of unique. I think I'm actually going to replace this for one that I haven't put in my party for a while or ever. Is there anyone in here that I could use that might be interesting? Any... Maybe Mega Digimon, honestly. Because he's not getting anything from being in Farm Island 2, since the water one is in here. And it'll give me an ultimate, so... You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. And now, let me look at Mega Digimon to see, like, what we kind of got going on for him. Because currently, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 datas. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 viruses. And I have 3 vaccines. I feel like the vaccines are going to be my first megas anyway, so... That's fine. What can you become? 20 80 ABI for some of these, though. So I honestly may want to de-digivolve now, if I'm being honest. I hate to get that easily, though. I also need to increase that CAM of CAM a bit. I don't think I actually need it for any of his evolutions, though. No. I'm probably not going to try to get this one, because the ABI just seems a bit too high. This one just seems like you need a lot of stats to make this one happen. That's okay. Right. He is in my party still, right? Yeah. I wasn't done looking at what you were showing me, though. Not discovered this Digimon before. Can't really even tell what that is, but again, don't tell me. I do not want to know. Okay. Real question, why is Mega Digimon not the Mega form? That is a good question, honestly. But no, it's Metal Digimon is the Mega one, and there's also Waru Digimon. There's a couple of Digimon, I'm pretty sure. So what's the ABI? ABI is 13. That's not as low as I thought it was. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually use Mega Digimon like as part of like the kind of main party for right now to get that CAM up. Once I'm done with these quests, I'm gonna de-digivolve him, put him back in my like kind of reserves, so we can get some levels. When he's ready to digivolve again, I will, and then I'll put him back at that point. Start working that CAM up a bit more. Put you in here. Let's actually just change the team up a little bit. So I think we're gonna be done with Tamer Team for a bit. Tamer Team has definitely treated us well, though. Let's be real. Let's put Lady Digimon in for a bit. Put some new faces in the team. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, Mega Kapitarimon's another that's like not actually the final form, despite Mega being in his name. Yeah, I kind of like the look of this team right now. Could be interesting to see how this plays out. It's ready to be. Yes, it is. Ah, you're with the detective agency, right? You're the one who sends a babysitter? Alright, then get over here. Suppose I should have said I'm the one you're babysitting. There's another Digimon that always takes care of me, but he's out today. Today you're gonna do it instead, so let's play. Let's play Sumo. Sumo, awesome, let's do it, let's do it. Right, forget the rules, you can even use Digimon if you wanna. Oh, it's just a Digimon fight? I don't mind, sure. Here I come. Oh god, he's Digivolving. No, okay, I thought he was gonna Digivolve to Ilzamon. That would have been... Would have not been ready for that, let's just say that much. Okay. Yeah, I found that funny. He's kind of a meme, I guess. The lightning javelin. Also, hey, Mega of the Freak 400 variety. They're apparently working on a ROM hack for World 2, or some kind of mod, which seems pretty interesting. Damn, I lost. I can't move a muscle. I hate losing, but that sure was fun. Okay, I'll take a short break and then it's on to round 2. Ipmon! Huh? That voice. Gah, Digimon. This is the Digimon that takes care of me. Hey, jerk, what are you doing? No, we're just playing. Shut up, Impmon. I was talking to this jerk here. So you waited until I was home to try and take Impmon away. That's right, Digimon. This guy was trying to kidnap me. What? There's no way I'm gonna let you do that. Of course. Poison! 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 Okay, sorry. is a vaccine. We're definitely switching you out. So you're my best data right now, and actually a pretty good data type too. I'll keep... I mean, he's in the fight now. He's been in the fight, so let's go ahead and get the other... All bugs caught now. Yep, me too. Me too. All bugs caught now. I got 2 perfect snowmen in a row. Although it helps that I'm used to that from past games, so I pretty much know what to look for. So yeah, pretty proud of Animal Crossing progress. Hitmon backstabbing, who would have thought? Yeah, really. So you can't really do too much, Renamon. Let's actually... Poison. Confuse the target. I'll try it. Probably won't work though. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Attack yourself. Do it a couple of times. Didn't work. Okay. Oh, you can give it critical charge to someone else. Attack is still broken. Guess you can give it to yourself now. Better move? I don't think so. Crit. Did he just fire a Hadouken at me? I'm not sure I like that. Oh, he's not confused anymore. No, let's just beat him up. Nice. Criticals are so satisfying. What? Stay away. Don't touch Hitmon. Huh? You didn't come here to kidnap Hitmon? You were his babysitter? What do you mean? So Hitmon hired you. Hahaha, I got you, Digimon. Did you really think he was trying to kidnap me? Ouch. You were the one lying to me. Sorry, I just kind of started to go that way and I thought it was funny, sorry. See how we messed everything up by kidding around. I'm really sorry about the misunderstanding. Hahaha, Digimon is apologizing. Ouch. And you're gonna apologize too. Sorry. But I hired this person so you could have a rest. You're always taking care of me, and it's gotta be exhausting, so I thought you should take a break every once in a while. Hitmoth. Hee hee. Ouch, why do you keep hitting me? Don't you think it's a bit rude to refer to someone who just came here for you as this person? Oh yeah, sorry. Thanks for coming to play with Digimon. I'll take over from here on. But I wanted to play some more. Okay, let's play again sometime. Oh, hey, Slapcon. Thanks for being. Oh, you're welcome, Tankmon. You guys back in the way I had you before. It's called Desolation Claw, yet he fired a beam rather than... Yeah. I feel like that's also just like kind of a Pokemon thing sometimes. Or like there's an attack that seems like it would do something, but it actually does something else. Heck, even World 2 kind of had that. Where, if Digimon used V Headbutt, he'd just, like, kick. Heck, even V Headbutt looks more like a punch attack from Digimon anyway. Chromon is 3 levels away from becoming a Mega. For sure, too, because he has all the stats. So he will actually become a Mega finally. Yo, hey, Nawaf. Yeah, we're playing some Digimon Cyber Sleuth. My first time playing the game, so just do not spoil or give me hints or anything. That's all I ask. It's been a fun game so far, though. I think I was supposed to come here earlier. Mega, shut up. You're right though. You're not wrong. You are a Mega, technically. Okay. Yeah, I should have gone this way because the elevator. The fact I still have trouble navigating is a bit worrisome, but... Why do we get a red Digimon medal? Hey, work. Yeah, we're good. Mr. Datamon's medicine trial. I'm a famous expert at making a Digimon medicine. Call me Dr. Datamon. I need help with my prototype. Memory up and friendship. Sweet, we get friendship for doing this. We're gonna get some friendship. We're gonna get some friendship. Hey, memory up is good. Memory up is good as well. Let's see. I feel like we've done this before. Free medicine. Please get 4 Digimon in this digital space to take the medicine. Of course, you'll need to get their cooperation before they actually take the trial medication. Please give each of the appropriate virus for the virus. So I guess this is going to be kind of like a quiz, maybe, of, that's probably what this one is. So he is a virus type, I'm pretty certain. Hey, Rapid Mod. I've one of you. Oh, I guess they're both vaccines. Oh, right. Damn it. Now we have more quests. Damn it. And I guess I don't have to do those right away. I can use those to maybe, like, wrap up the stream or something, so... That's not a problem. I'm not close to being done or anything. Just a couple hours of me, so... I wish he wouldn't have wasted that attack on him, though. I guess it doesn't matter too much, because he was going to be able to defend against the guy. Seven more levels for Rapid Mod. You're a vaccine. Yeah, I get that, Blues. It's just annoying because, I mean, especially considering the last RPG game I played was Dragon Quest XI, which also had like an auto fight feature, but in that game you could at least like, there were different options for how you wanted the auto targeting to work. So definitely kind of made that a little more of a pleasant experience. Not that this is unpleasant or anything, it's just, again, let's kind of slow down a little bit. Here we go. Heal. See, another thing that was cool about Dragon Quest XI's auto-target feature was that you could also, like, use it to a degree where it wouldn't use, like, always the most powerful attacks. Like, it'd use whatever could potentially kill it, even just, like, normal physical attacks. So that also made it pretty helpful, I'm not gonna lie. Right, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm going back that much or anything. Oh, Paildramon? I believe you're free then. Because I don't think you're data. Yeah, because Veemon's definitely... Yeah, it's free. Okay. I definitely like the idea of auto-battling, though, because it just can make things take a lot longer when you're menuing and stuff. Oh, this is Meteormon. What? So it's done? Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, I don't use auto battle for story bosses either, because yeah, there's actually some strategy that might need to be employed. So yeah, I don't use it for that either. I literally only use it for the grinding and making your way through like normal battles and stuff. Yay, memory up. It's Italian coffee with tomato and basil paste garnished with garnished with ham. Not often you see ham as a garnish. garnished with ham. Ooh. Oh, this will be quick. This will be really quick. Ham. Okay, that was quick. Well, hey, honestly, that's kind of good. That means I can, potentially break, for a bit. I don't have to worry about doing anything else. I am going to see what, the Black Agumon evolution will turn into. Oh yeah, Ponyo. Ham! Where is it? Let's see. Lots of things that can become. I think this is Monochromon. But we also need Dark Greymon as well. I may as well get this. I'm pretty sure this is Monochromon, though. Blue Greymon. Bitfire. 3 physical attacks. 30 fire damage to 1 foe. I'm guessing that's 330 attacks. That's what it's saying. Okay. Well, you can stay there then. What do you turn into? A couple of things. That would be interesting. Oh wow, there's a couple. There's a lot of things here. Doru Greymon, Nightmon. I guess this is. Oh no, this is Metal Greymon Blue. Okay, well, we'll look more at that later. Oh, actually, let's do this. How are you doing, Metal Cedro? 25, not too bad. I think I want to de-digivolve them now, since I'm going to be doing main quest stuff next. I only gained like a few levels, though. What should he be, though? Probably a Seedramon, just so it kind of stays in line with the right stats. He looks way more. Yeah, he kind of did. But yeah, let's go Seedramon. He'll be back, though. He'll be back. Could also go for Waymon, but I think I'm gonna stick with, because I already have a water vaccine on my team, so just gotta get back to 70 SP and level 30, which, oh, that'll be easy. Back in the party. You back in the party. I'll put Starmon back in this, because I used to have this team going for a while. I was rolling with this team for a bit, so we'll go with this for right now. But yeah, once I get Crowmon up to his level 55, like, that's gonna be my first Mega, so looking forward to that. No need to recover, okay. So I'm gonna go to the world map. We need to go to Akihabara. Cat. Gonna take a very quick break to just go to the bathroom and get some more water. So I will be right back, guys.